All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, all glory, honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right, this is the brother Zion from GMS Atlanta, back with another edifying video. And this will be dealing with digital IDs and how to accelerate global interoperability. Okay, I've spoken on this before. I defined it in the last video, and pretty much what's happening around the world is there is a digitization going on. All right, and this is only spoken about in the scriptures. All right, to various degrees. You're not going to find this global shift or change in global interoperability in any other book. You're not going to find it in the Metuneta. You're not going to find it in the Epic of Gilgamesh. You're not going to find it in the Enuma Elish or any of these other books. You're not going to find it in the Searching the Eight Paths of Buddha, or the studying the Art of War, or the 48 Laws of Power. No, this is a Bible prophecy that is soon to come to pass as far as the MOTB, the mark of the beast, but it's manifesting itself now, right? It's really coming to pass now, because this is a part of the image, the new image of the beast prophesied in Revelation, the 13th chapter, where everyone around the world on the planet Earth, right, in these major developing countries, you're going to have to get an implant, a digital implant, in order to buy and sell and live and operate in your city, town, region, country, continent, and whether you live in America, whether you live in Europe or Asia, your implant is going to be able to give you access. You'll be able to interoperate in different countries. Whether you're a student that's studying abroad, or whether you're maybe a businessman that travels for work, or you travel for work in general, or even if you're going on vacation. This world going digital is going to be a connected world, and it's going to interoperate together. All right, your ID, your digital wallet, everything is going to be connected on a global system. Okay, and you're going to be given access as an individual based upon the coming digital implant. So let me read this here. It says, if you work on developing digital IDs and interoperable global systems, you're well aware that this field is rife with contrasts. On the one hand, there is the immense energy and potential of creating an international interconnected system to raise growth and efficiency. However, there are also so many significant challenges that we're constantly facing the risk of paralysis. So they have to work out the kinks. In order for Esau ultimately to introduce the MOTB, the system has to be pretty much foolproof. They want everything to interoperate together seamlessly, so they can achieve their one world agenda. Okay? If you work in the cybersecurity world, the tech world, if you're into tech marketing, then you can see the trends of this uh, operating in the world now. Now, before I read on, let me get a scripture. Okay, let me do this. Open up a new tab. Okay, let's get a scripture. Okay, because this whole system, this whole global system, which technically it is digital, but it doesn't interoperate together. Like the trade market, the World Trade Center, the World Trade Markets, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the different markets out of Asia and Japan, out of Europe. They're really all digital already, but they don't all interoperate and give individuals access, right? And it's more than just about stocks and bonds and marketing. It's also including travel, with digital passports, digital IDs, and of course, the financial banking system is going digital. That's why you constantly hear us here at GMS. We speak about the MOTB. We talk about BRICS. We talk about NATO. We speak on the universal basic income. We speak on the digital wallets, right? Digital IDs, and how this system is changing at a quantum level rate as far as computing. And AI is being applied to more and more hardware and software, as we speak. Every year they're coming out with a new Samsung or iPhone or, Huawei or Nokia phone or, this new, Dell computers and this different technology that's leading to, AI, pretty much having the let me see, playing in the background, so to speak, of all these different systems, updates to, your Microsoft system and this and that. So, the time that we're living in is the time of, as I said before in the previous video, a digital shift. So now this is Revelation 13, and I'll get straight to the point. Verse 14. Okay. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Who is doing the deceiving? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay? Edom, when you look around the world, who's in control of the world banks systems? Who's in control of the central banks? Who's in control of the world's money? Who's in control of these major developed countries? Whose influence has been in control for the last 500 years? The Caucasians, the so-called white race, or who we know truly in the Bible as Esau, the Edomites. And they're deceiving the world into thinking that they're bringing some kind of peace when there's more and more war and destruction in the earth. Okay? There's talking about depopulation. There's talks about more pestilences coming. Who's in control of that? Who runs the labs? Who funds the society? The different labs, the different universities. Who has whose money system is the world reserve currency. It's definitely not the yen. Okay? So the world is being deceived by Esau. It says, and deceiveth them. Who's them? The people on the planet Earth, the different nations, the different dark nations, with the number one nation being deceived are the true Israelites, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. The miracles that Esau has is his technology, his ability to weaponize food, weaponize air, water, okay? His different computer systems, his ability to create different different ways to, I guess you could say different jobs, right? You know, all of a sudden, being a content creator on the internet is a job. You know, you can make a lot of money out of, off of that. Whose system is that based off of? It's based off of Esau's technology and the internet. You know? Anyway, it says, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. The beast is his system, NATO. Okay? The ruling powers of the earth, the Western hegemony. Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. The image is a new system. It's why you see Klaus Schwab and these different, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, and these other global leaders of these different governments have these meetings and these conferences about changing the world digitally. Oh, we need a digital passport. Oh, we need digital basic income. Oh, we need digital wallet. We need digital IDs. We need digital this, digital that. That's the key word, is digital. That's a new system, a digital world system. So they have the power to make this new system, which is changing the way you see your outlook, which is an image. You look at an image, the outlook of the world around you, the way you perceive the world around you is going to be based upon a digital system, the way you interact. Oh no, we have AI now. We're implementing AI in your jobs, in your workforce, in the school system, in the train system, in your city, governments. That's the image. And it says, which had the wound by a sword and did live. This is speaking on the Roman Empire. The same countries, the same powers that was in control of the Roman Empire over 2,000 years ago are the same countries and the same people in control of the revived Roman Empire known as NATO and the U.S. today. Everyone beats their drum to the rhythm of the drum that's coming out of the power structure of the so-called white man. That's just a fact. From the language, English being the dominant language, to wearing suits and ties, which is of the culture of so-called white people, not the Chinese culture, not the Japanese culture, not the culture of the East Indians. Suits and ties is a Western culture, way of dress. So their influence reaches around the world. And that's a revival of Rome. As the old saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So that's just some spiritual insight. And like I said, this is only found in the Bible. So now let's go back to this. Okay? Now it says global digital identities can transform international trade and drive economic growth. See, the first key thing that they spoke about was dealing with buying and selling. You have to buy stocks, sell stocks. That's just another word for trade. Economic growth deals with It deals with the growth of how much you're able to sell, the imports, exports, the supply and demand. All that deals with economics. It says McKinsey calculates that expanding digital ID coverage in just 7 countries they analyzed could generate economic value equivalent to 3 to 13% of these nations' GDP by the end of the decade. So they're doing these analyses, they're doing these experiments, they're having these meetings, they're crunching the numbers, and they're saying there's a lot of money that we can make if we can get the whole world under this one system. Now do you Israelites see why the IUIC, IGBK, and these naysayers against the MOTB being the Michael C. Hip? Now can you see what they fail in their vision? Because they're not applying prophecy to real world events, to reality. It's all based upon a false rhetoric that they use precepts of the Bible that don't even line up or match up to make their foolish points. This is why we say, us here at GMS, we have 100% truth. Everything that we're saying can be backed by reality. Now, it says a United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific report emphasizes how global digital identities could improve supply chains and trade by improving resilience and efficiency. Remember, we're talking about United Nations, Asia. These are continental global powers, right? Dealing with the Pacific that are trying to come together, right? To try to come together to bring this plan into one fruitful plan. It says, despite these incentives, creating a globally connected system has proven complicated and has deterred most players so far. The list of hurdles is long. It says differences in technology, legal systems, and visions about privacy hinder collaboration. The technological integrations required to ensure data crosses borders safely and seamlessly are complex. This is why the MOTB is not here. Because the Lord's put it in their hearts to connect this system together first. Then they can interconnect the system. It's one thing to have a device or the MOTB, but if it's not according to their plan, which is according to prophecy, then it's not going to work. So we're still continuing to wait for the full manifestation of Revelation 13:16. Okay? You know, this is why although you got wars going on and people are dying and war games this and rumors of wars here and rumors of wars there and these, political back and forths, that's all called, that's the theater of war and the theater of politics. But at the end of the day, they're all moving forward on the same plan, on the same agenda. Okay? But they're all going to agree. Okay? They're all going to agree that this is the solution. It's this digital system. It says the absence of international unified legal frameworks compounds the difficulty of harmonizing different technological standards. Key market players' power, which can influence the adoption of benchmarks that they may not be universally applicable, further complicates the issue. Yeah, timestamps. Well, we need to get this done by this time. Well, we need to get this done by this time. Well, in our country, we got so much money, so much funding, we could get it done by this time. That's why you got Project 2025, you got Agenda 2030, you got 2050. All these damn plans. And that's why ultimately it's going to fail and the Lord is going to bring the system down. Okay? But it says the sheer magnitude of these obstacles can make many of us feel disheartened and lead to immobility, leading by example. So how can we avoid this scenario despite so many difficulties? Listen to this. We must concentrate on gradual and decentralized implementation by promoting bilateral or consortium agreements. That's why we're seeing this state is having you put a digital wallet in your mobile phone, and then we got to approve this state. Then this country is introducing digital wallets. Then this country is introducing digital IDs, and they're doing it in small increments, but it's all leading to one big forward push on this plan. I hope you're following me. All right, I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. These are the things that we're seeing when we watch the local news, or we watch certain video clips or certain meetings with Klaus Schwab and certain things on the news or the internet, right? We see like the small gradual plan, but it's a bigger vision that they have. Now it says this strategy offers several advantages. It enables countries and companies to test and refine solutions. That's why in the last video I reported about Thailand. They wanted to introduce a plan for their digital payment system by the end of this month, but they're going to have to push it back, right? So in Thailand, they have to push back the project. But over here in the States, right, you have Google introducing digital IDs and putting your IDs on your mobile phone and like a mobile ID in the system here. So they're trying things out. It says it enables countries and companies to test and refine solutions, identifying and improving the most viable alternatives through practical application. It also promotes trust by creating channels of collaboration that facilitate the exchange of experiences and reduce misunderstandings or concerns. This is why we're seeing these video clips of the leaders of the IMF, and you see them at the WEF forums, and they have these forum meetings and these interviews, because they have to show the world that they're collaborating together. They have to build trust, so these countries and these governments want to be on board. Okay? It says another significant benefit of creating and implementing bilateral agreements is that they create use cases, right? Meaning evidence of, it works. That they create use cases showcasing the social and economic benefits of a globally aligned system. And that's basically where I'm ending with this article. But there's, it's not too long, but you have to, read into this, right? It talks about Australia, Japanese moving towards, their involvement with the agenda. The European Digital Identity Wallet, the Open ID Foundation. Another example of progress is the digital economy. Let me scroll it up. Another example of progress is the Digital Economy Partnership Agreement. Everything is digital now. It says Chile, New Zealand, and Singapore started the implementation in 2021. So imagine how far along they are now, right? It says aiming to increase trade, buying and selling, right? They got to get the system established before the implant is introduced. It says and promote interoperability between different digital identity systems. So, it's clear what the image of the beast is. It's clear what the MOTB is. right? Let me just read this headline here, okay? It says West Africa unifying legal framework for financial inclusion, digital economy. So now they've got the lawyers on board, and they're going to shift toward the digital economy in West Africa. Okay? Let's go to the next headline. This is out of Mauritius, okay, which is out of Africa. It says Mauritius launches digital ID wallet with Tails Tech for government service access. Okay? I'll just read this paragraph here. Speaking at the official announcement, Minister Balgobin highlights that with the implementation of the mobile ID and the NWA digital wallet app, so they have mobile IDs in America, mobile IDs in Africa. All right. Mauritius will become the first African country to bring in a digital ID wallet based on ISO standards. And they need the lawyers to make sure that it meets those standards. Now that it does, now they can really get the ball rolling. Mauritians will have the ability to use the digital identity card for certain administrative procedures, like what? Voting. I'm sure that's on the books. Okay. Benefit services of the different governments. The things that when you go to these town hall meetings and you look on these local ballots, these politicians, and you look to see if they're for you or who has your idea, your interest best in mind, and you vote. That's the types of things that this digital system is establishing and coming up under. Right? It says the app is available for both Android and Apple devices. So now you have Android, Apple involved. So they're a part of the movement. Okay, let's go to the next one. Check this out. Now we're dealing with your babies, your children. And remember the scriptures say they're going to introduce a mark to those small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay, old and young too. It says infant ID updates biometric scanner for infants and advances research. So right now it's a biometric scanner. Next is going to be a biometric chip. And this is out of Brazil. Now you notice these different Israelite countries are involved. Brazil, I read about Chile. Okay. Those people are Israelites. Naphtali and Asher. But their leaders, which are more likely Spaniards or sellout Israelites, it's getting everyone involved. This is a global plan. Brazil-based Infant ID has developed a new, more compact and efficient version of its fingerprint biometric scanner for newborns. I'm not making this stuff up, man. Okay? The company is presenting the second generation fingerprint scanner at the upcoming Digital Citizenship Congress. Pay attention to that word digital. I'm going to keep repeating it to ad nauseum because that matters. You need to get this the truth of the MOTB in your mind. Israel, y'all hard-headed. We're hard-headed, okay? It says September 16th to the 18th, the Digital Citizenship Congress is the country's largest citizenship and identification conference. So they're really trying to get these countries to introduce the image of the beast. Okay? And then next, all they got to do is they say, you know what? Just take this implantable device and, you can continue to live your lives. We'll give you universal basic income. We're going to introduce AI. We got these robots. Life will be easier and convenient. That's the goal for the people to give Esau full control. That's what they want. They want the people to consent to giving them full control. They want them to bow down to the image of the beast. They want the people to give it to them by deceiving them, though. That's why the scripture says in Revelation 13, we're not to take it, okay? Or it's warning us about taking it. And then when you read Revelation the 14th chapter, it says those that take it will be destroyed, doomed for worshipers of the beast. Okay? So, and we're in that time, man. But I did want to bring out this info on how the world is shifting towards this global interoperable system, right? And it's accelerating, meaning it's moving quick. So that means the prophecy of the MOTB is coming fast, man. It could happen within the next few months to the next year or so. Maybe next year and a half, but it's coming. We just got to continue to fight the good fight of faith and, enduring to the end. Continue to be diligent. But with that, I hope this was edifying. Shalom.